Very, very interesting shows. But this one has a little bit more comedy now that we introduced one character in it. Literally, one character has changed the dynamic of this show very heavily, very in my opinion. Um, like it went from this show has a little bit of comedy of this vampire chick making our character feel a little bit uncomfortable by being so comfortable with him, and then all we had after that was what? Um, him literally kind of just making like jokes out of nowhere, like after getting stuff happening to him or him fighting a monster, you make a joke while beating it up and stuff. Like that was about it for comedy. Like it was just serious. And then we get to these bunnies, and it's by far one of the funniest things I did not expect to see. Like literally watching the father go from Mr. Trash to Mr. The Man. Like, holy crap, that was a dramatic change. And they love all little tiny things like bugs and these creatures and stuff. I don't know. It had me rolling, and that's like unexpected for me when it comes down to a show that kind of has a certain tone and it continues to go in that tone, and the next thing you know, it's just like new tone. Like, oh, that's what we're doing. All right, we're new toning it, guys. Here we go, new tone time. Which is fine in the case of like I don't mind how it happened as long as it was felt good when it happens. Like it shouldn't feel like forced. This character clearly is probably going to be important some way, shape, or form. So I look forward to seeing what she can do in the future. I mean, I don't think our main character knows just how ridiculously like fast, quick, and just like useful she can be in a like a crazy quick battle. So I'm looking forward to seeing them finally show off her skills after all the training she just did against the vampire who freaking despises her for calling her flat. So I don't know. I'm really digging this show. I got over the animation of the monsters because like there's no reason to really look that far into it yet for me. Like there's something about these monsters that they're goofy. Like they're supposed to be scary and intimidating, and they're haunting a whole village of bunnies, sweet little bunny people. But at the same time, they don't give that look off to me. So to be fair, I'm looking forward to uh, anything in the future if they can bring it out. If they can actually show me that these monsters should be feared, like give me a reason to actually be like, oh man, that thing actually looks scary and it's scary. There's stuff in the dungeon that was spitting out petrification, so you couldn't even do anything. You start to turn into stone and die. And now we come out here and these things are just flying birds, because the higher they go up to the surface, the weaker the monsters seemingly should be. But hearing about these four labyrinths that they had to do, it sounds like they should be getting back to those types of monsters that are, just absolutely doing some I was gonna say binoculars, but bedonkulous stuff, like the petrification and stuff like that. So I am interested in seeing what these labyrinths have because he puts his ring in the stone, and it doesn't really do anything, right? Like it just kind of shows a little scripture, but nothing actually fully pops off. And that was a big tall tale sign of like, okay, we definitely got to do something. Like we gotta not only have this ring, but we need to have clearly something else to get further on. And that's the part of the show that I'm still pretty interested in seeing. I'm just gonna do random. I don't know where any of this is gonna wind up leading, but I like where it's going so far. And like people were saying in the comments of my first video I put up on this show because I kind of just let it build up and I wanted to binge watch it. I just wanted to go straight through to a good stopping point. Like 5 episodes to me was a good, like, okay, 5 episodes. If I could watch 2 episodes and not get into it, or even three, I probably won't put it on the channel because I won't be passionate about it or be able to talk happily about it compared to me throwing out negative things about what I saw. So to get a bunch of cool stuff and not have a reason to really be negative besides, just how the monsters are. And now the other thing that I kind of have a negative like taste in my mouth is just how I've heard from the people in the comments how much was shown within these 5 episodes and making it seem almost as if we could have got quite a bit of stuff. Like this could have easily been 2 seasons, and by the time we're getting out to the surface would have been like episode 8 almost, it sounds like, like or or something along those lines. Like there's a good amount of stuff that they skipped, and it just reminds me of Bleach, where supposedly we were supposed to get a lot more of the beginning of it, and they just wanted to skip to Ichigo becoming a Soul Reaper so he could, be cool and not be the lame character who goes to school and makes friends that both don't know about the supernatural. It was just their way of pretty much telling us like, hey, we're going to do this because we feel like it. And that's kind of this mentality of this show, right? Well, from what I'm hearing, there could have been a lot more to tell us about why our character was probably portrayed, why um, certain aspects of the crystal maybe is like learned. He knew quite a bit of information about the crystal before, really saying it like us learning anything about it. He already had inside knowledge about it, so that's the kind of indication I'm talking about of not having information, but it's still being conveyed to us, and we're supposed to just like accept it. So a lot of people don't accept it, and that's the people that usually are passionate about the show and want to tell people like, hey, if you like this, you really need to read it because that's where the true magic happens. Sorry for the cheesy quote. But yeah, we are definitely getting some amazing stuff, and I can't wait to see what pops off. And not only that, if we are going to see some weird, wacky, more, characters that are going to join up. I mean, the bunny girl already knows she's going to, go up to the surface or wherever this guy's going, and supposedly she's not going to have an easy life in town and stuff. So it's just getting good. I don't know. I really appreciate the little small stuff in shows that kind of make me think of like, oh, what is gonna happen when they get to the surface? Now that he has a bunny, he has a vampire. He's like bringing up the army of just monsters up to the surface, and he's like, hey, I want to live my life here again, so you're gonna allow me to do that, and if you don't, I'm gonna bust a cap in you. So overall, this episode was relatively like narrow, like minded. It was all about the bunnies and taking care of the bunnies and raising the bunnies and then making sure the bunnies train so if he ever comes back, the bunnies can help. So it was a big bunny episode. And because of that, it wasn't bad. It still wasn't bad. That's true. That's true good episodes for me anyway. If I can watch something that was completely serious, dark, gritty, to this funny, like very, very powerful moment for the bunny when she was a girl to talk to her mother and really see into the future of what she wants to do, what she wants to become, what she's willing to do or willing to become. And then all of it actually transpiring was very cool for her anyway as well, seeing how she is by far the best bunny in the village, to be fair, or rabbit. If I was saying bunny and that offended you because they're rabbits, I apologize. But seeing how quickly and she picked up a lot of the stuff, and then maybe if she could learn some different stuff to her arsenal or get some uh, Arctic, some relic that they made, so that would change everything for her. But with all that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. Go check out GamesCon and comment down below if there's like a game in GamesCon that you're looking really forward to playing and stuff like that because You know your boy is too. So with all that being said, I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.